How's it going, everybody? This is Rob Novakast back with another video for you guys. We'll be talking about the season finale of Hawkeye. Season 1, episode 6. And, okay, there's a lot to take in with this particular episode. And all in all, it's good. So, I guess to kind of start us off, our characters end up kind of getting this whole plan together to basically, one, probably save Kate's mom, because in this meeting that they have a recording of, we see Eleanor basically, cutting ties, or trying to cut ties with Kingpin. So Kingpin gets a hold of the tracksuit mafia and proceed to set up a plan to have her eliminated. And it's up to Kate and Barton to try to stop this. And we get to see some of the process of, Barton basically making some of his trick arrows. It's pretty cool. It is really freaking cool. Eventually, when they do end up getting to the party, Eleanor's confronted, and sure enough, with everything, it just gets chaotic really fast. One of the second command in the tracksuits, that being the friend of Maya, proceeds to use a sniper to try to take out Eleanor, but also try to take out Kate and Barton, which doesn't work for the most part. And at that point, Kate and Barton, or Clint, or Hawkeye, are doing their best to try and, get civilians to safety. But it doesn't help that Yelena is also there to kill Barton. So that adds to the whole thing. Now, we do have a really funny scene where there's a confrontation between Kate and Yelena, which I gotta say is pretty creative. And I could be wrong, but there's a point where apparently Kate gets her hands on I think it's called a bolo, which is a weapon that is connected to like twine or a type of rope that is used. You throw it around and it's supposed to wrap around the target or prey that you use it on. All in all, it's pretty cool. But anyway, she gets a hold of this, and the way it's used is so freaking funny. Especially when at one point Yelena is trying to throw something out the window to escape, and Kate throws the bolo at her. All in all, it's pretty funny. And some of their interactions were really great. Yelena escapes, Kate following soon after her, kind of haphazardly to an extent, but then she's kind of work in progress as a Hawkeye, so to speak. So they do end up getting out. Hawkeye, who's still in the building, gets cornered by a bunch of the tracksuits, but he's able to incapacitate several of them, including the second in command, and proceeds to kind of jump out a window. And into, we get the shot from the trailer. It's really funny. So instead of him just falling into the street, he actually falls into the Christmas tree in the center of New York. It's pretty funny, and the way they get him out of the tree is actually pretty hilarious. Where Kate has to shoot down the tree, or shoot down the cables holding up the tree, in order for him to come down. It's really hilarious, and what comes afterwards is just really freaking epic. Where we have a couple of the LARPers, which are police and firefighters, in their get-ups, helping move civilians out of the building from the Christmas party, to Jack, who apparently freshly got out of jail, holding a freaking rapier, or rapier sword, proceeding to take on combat between the tracksuits. And quite elegantly, I should say. You have Kate and Hawkeye proceeding to take down a ton of the tracksuits with their trick arrows. All in all, like, what we see is pretty freaking creative. Eventually, they're able to take out a bunch of them. Couple of them, unfortunately, and I gotta say, this is both hilarious and tragic, where we have a couple dudes in one of the trucks proceeding to try to run down Kate and Hawkeye, and Kate uses a Pym arrow. I will say probably one of the funniest scenes is Kate uses a Pym arrow, which shrinks down the truck. And she's like, oh, what do we do about this? And Hawkeye's like, well, I'll have to ask Pym the next time I see him. And then all of a sudden, before they can even do anything, a owl, and that was, by the way, inside the Christmas tree, proceeds to fly down, grab the truck, the little toy truck now, and proceed to fly away. So, those guys are dead. And forgive me for laughing. It's just a scene like that was just fucking hilarious. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. But going further, our characters, Hawkeye ends up having to be confronted by Yelena, who, to an extent, finally hears what she needs to hear about Natasha. The fact that, I mean, with everything, especially with, at this point, it's not just about the job, it's about, you know, it being personal with her. She kind of finally hears from Barton, you know, how much Natasha cared for her. I guess, to an extent, especially with her and Barton working so close together, Natasha told him everything about Yelena. And they actually have that moment where it's just that was needed between the two of them, because by the end of it, or at least I think it was like by the end of Black Widow, Yelena had this very deep-seated hatred for Hawkeye, because, I mean, to an extent, she didn't have all the details as to what happened to Natasha, but sure enough, she gets that. Now, going further, Eleanor, Kate's mom, is trying to escape, and she gets confronted by Kingpin, which I should point out is the same Kingpin from the Daredevil series, which I fucking love. I'm so happy that they brought him back. And we have this really cool confrontation. This Dave and Goliath type freaking confrontation between Kate and Kingpin. And she is just trying everything she can to keep him down. But sure enough, he is, with how big and massive and powerful he is, she can't do anything. The only thing she can do, and unfortunately, like, because how many times she's getting beaten down by this big ass dude, she proceeds to use this kind of coin flick trip that Barton taught her to pretty much activate some of the bomb arrows and to attempt to blow them up. That does work to some degree, though not enough, because he does get up. And then I think we're made to believe that he got shot by Maya near the very end. But yeah, I think unless there's a Hawkeye season 2, he's presumed dead. Or maybe a Daredevil, I don't know. But either way, he's presumed dead. And Kate's mom, Eleanor, is sent to jail. Now, the last few scenes is very wholesome, because we have Clint, Hawkeye, finally making it home for Christmas. He inevitably brings Kate and the dog, which they've named Lucky, to Clint's home, where they celebrate Christmas, which all in all is a really wholesome scene. And the show kind of ends with Barton finally. Oh, by the way, we kind of have an idea of why the watch was so important, which kind of makes me wonder more about his wife, because I mentioned that there was in an earlier episode review, I mentioned the fact that there must be something going on with the wife. Sure enough, there might be, because they grab the watch, and on the back of the watch, where you would probably like see the serial number or of the watch, it has the Shield logo on it. So it kind of makes me wonder if his wife used to be part of Shield. I don't know. I'd be kind of intrigued to find out if that was the case. But either way, kind of, again, it makes me wonder. But going further than this, the episode or the series kind of ends with Barton finally being able to kind of remove himself from the Ronin by burning the suit. And the episode kind of ends in a really funny way where Kate is kind of coming up with ideas for a new hero name, and Clint kind of mentioning the fact that he has an idea for her. Now, if I remember for the comics, she actually takes on the moniker as Hawkeye. So it'd be kind of interesting to see further, again, with season 2, if we get a season 2, what happens. All in all, this series has been really good, and I enjoyed it. At least, again, with certain parts, I've really, really freaking enjoyed it. The action's really good. Some of the storytelling is great. Kate has been funny as kind of like an upstart, superhero. So, all in all, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed this series, especially and this video will more likely be a little bit late to the party when it comes to Christmas, but all in all, this was fun. I really enjoyed it. So, all in all, I guess, and I keep saying all in all, I know, but when it comes down to it, I enjoyed it. If anything, if I had time, I'd probably rewatch it. So, yeah, good job, Disney and Marvel, for creating this. But anyway, I don't think I have anything else I need to say about the series, so I think I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Truly appreciate it. If you guys can, please leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. If you guys want to follow us on social media, links are in the description down below, as well as check out our daily content and the weekly podcast. With that being said, this is Rob Novakast signing off. Have a good one. Take care. And I'll see you guys in the next video.